Hello everyone, my name is Magnus. I'm from class 5F and today I want to talk about why sleeping is a superpower. But before I start my presentation, I would want to ask a question. How many of you have ever pulled up an all-nighter just to work harder, get more work done, or memorize better? Now I want to ask you, keep raising your hand if by the next day you've ever felt smarter, better, and more confident. People are still raising their hands, but deep down inside, they know that they wasn't just very great at it and was probably a working zombie. so, so I want to talk about why sleeping is a superpower because it is. But firstly, I want to talk about this. What are the stages when you sleep? The 4 stages of sleep is firstly, falling asleep. Obviously. Your body relaxes, your heart rate drops, and your brain begins to slow. This is the doorway to sleep, what you need to do before you actually get into the real part. The second one is light sleep. Your body temperature drops. Sleep spindles protect against waking up. So it lasts around 20 minutes to be exact. And in the stage 3, it's deep sleep. This is the most restorative part of your body. Your physical body repairs, immune system support, growth hormone releases, 20 to 40 minutes. And lastly, it's the REM stage, the dream stage, where this is just like a magical thingy that your body does when you go to sleep. You start dreaming. Memory consolidation and emotional processing. It takes around 10 to 60 minutes in the morning. So here's your brain on sleep actually. 4 things your brain does while you sleep. It actually saves memory consolidation and it cleans toxin clearing, and it rewires neural optimization, and it curates. It gives you a creativity boost. But then there's also the sleep crisis. There are 1 in 3 adults who don't get enough sleep. 70 million people have a sleep disorder, and 40% of adults are slowly losing their deep sleep. So this is the ultimate performance hack. There's 3 superpowers that you unlock every night, but yet you don't use them. It's memory consolidation because what's the whole point of studying if you don't remember it all? Secondly, it's physical recovery because your body only works out when you sleep, not in the gym. And thirdly, it's the emotional intelligence. So for the first superpower, it solidifies your memory. During deep sleep, your brain replays and strengthens the neural pathways formed during the day. It helps you memorize all of the formulas that you've gotten in the morning. If you don't sleep here, then all of your files or memory or anything that you've learned will probably not stay there long because it's still in the short-term memory. And lastly, it helps you build ideas to remember much clearer. This is the exact thing that I used it. I slept early in the night before this presentation just to remember what I had to say. Here's what memory consolidation actually works like. Sensory information, it goes into your mind. It goes to the short-term memory. Then it starts rehearsing all of the thingies you did, and then it slowly consolidates those things and turns it to the long-term memory. That's how you learn. So here's some real-world examples too. The study effects. Harvard researchers tested 2 groups of students on new vocabulary. Group A studied at 9 a.m., tested at 9 p.m. No sleep, but they got 12 hours of studying. But Group B studied at 9 p.m., tested at 9 a.m. They didn't really have much time to sleep, only about 1 hour of studying, and got a lot of time to sleep, 11 hours or even more. So then, guess what happened? Result: Group B scored 20% higher. Sleep consolidated the memories overnight. And there's also a cool quote that a Dr. Matthew Walker once said. Sleep is the single most effective thing we can do to reset our brain health. The second superpower is that it boosts your physical recovery. Deep sleep triggers a cascade of physical repair processes. The first one is that it releases 70% of growth hormone. That's pretty much a lot, if you could say. And secondly, it defends your body. Many cells like T cells and cytokines get produced to fight off the infections that was causing your body. And thirdly, it helps your vital organ get the rest it needed. It only needed to beat like 20% of its normal ways. So here's the recovery by numbers. 70% growth hormone released in sleep, 10 to 20% heart rate reduction, and a 2 by 3x faster injury recovery. Here's some real-world examples too. Athlete performances. Stanford basketball study. Players who extended sleep to 10 hours per night for 5 to 7 weeks saw sprint times improved it by 4%. Free throw accuracy increased it by 9%. Three-point accuracy increased it by 9.2%. And reaction times became significantly faster. LeBron James reportedly sleeps 12 hours a day. Roger Federer aimed for 10 because sleep is the legal performance enhancer. The third superpower is that it sharpens your emotional intelligence. REM sleep recalibrates your emotional radar. Firstly, it helps you repurpose your emotions. It makes the sad feelings go away and the happy feelings flow back in. The second is the better decision making. Maybe like you wanted this movie, but no, it has blood, violence, stuff like that. But how about this one? It's so great. Ponies, unicorns, whatever. You choose that because you probably didn't sleep. You probably didn't sleep super late and stuff. And thirdly, it gives you the empathy and other things that helps you read the people's feelings and bad things. It's particularly emotional radar. Here's some sleep deprived versus well rested. Sleep deprived, 60% amygdala reactivity, poor social cue reading, and impulsive decisions. While well rested has calm emotional responses, accurate social reading, and thoughtful decisions. Here's the real world example. Sleep and decision making, the workplace study. Researchers tracked employees over 2 weeks, comparing nights of 6 versus 8 hours of sleep. Sleep deprived workers more likely to blame others for problems, less likely to help colleagues voluntarily, and rated less charismatic by their teams. They were also more impulsive in financial decisions. One bad night just doesn't make you just tired. It makes you a worse version of yourself. So, let's test what you've learned about the superpowers of sleep. It's quiz time. So, what percentage of growth hormone is released during deep sleep? A, 70%, B, 50%, C, 30%, and D, 90%. How about that girl over there? Let's see. Answer A, 70%. You're correct. Of growth hormone is released during deep sleep. Second quiz. Sleep deprived brains show how much more amygdala reactivity. A, 20% more. B, 40% more. C, 60% more. And D, 80% more. How about that guy over there? That answer is wrong. It's actually C. The amygdala shows 60% more reactivity without proper sleep. So, question 3. How many times does your body cycle through sleep stages per night? That guy? Sure, why not? Let's see. Well, you said 4 to 6 times, which is D, right? So the answer is actually D. You cycle through sleep stages 4 to 6 times each night. So sleep well, live well, and sleep well, live well. Tonight, give yourself the gift of 7 to 9 hours. Your brain, body, and your emotions will thank you. Thank you.